shield at max level is 500. So you can easily take through that and sort of take away his aggressive potential. That's sometimes where we see Tiny as a counter pick to the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and the point you made earlier about the CM Aura, I mean, that's going to help Tiny a lot because he has massive like mana issues. So I suppose it's a good combo between the two. Well, allow me to go through the Radiant draft. So we have Geo. He's playing the Spectre. My goodness, forgot the hero name because it's been so long. Pigpen will be playing the Legion Commander. Spirit Breaker will be playing Jok Tongju will be playing Spirit Breaker. We have Ember Spirit being played by Slavic Donut. And finally, Met will be playing that support Warlock. And the Dire, if you will, please.
Yeah, we got 7 playing the Juggernaut here. Dancing Devil playing the Crystal Maiden and with an Arcana, mind you.
Oh.
Dank Danish playing this Bounty Hunter. Sync on the Magnus. And our tiny new hero being played by Stellar Scone.
We have 2 Arcanas, so on the side of eLusiV. So I mean, we know what that means.
Oh yeah, easy win. 2-0, not calling it now.
Not good news for Red 5 standing by. I was gonna ask though, prediction-wise, who did you think had the better draft so far?
I feel like if eLusiV are able to get off to a good start, you know, they've got these early roamers, they've got the Bounty Hunter, they've got Tiny as well. And you know, if they're able to get off to a good lead, they get multiple Blink Daggers. If the Tiny can just run around the map one-shotting people, then they've got a really good chance of taking this. But I'll say if it goes more than, I don't know, like 30-35 minutes, then sure, the team fight, the late game from the Spectre should be able to take it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And we just saw Bounty Hunter. He tried to get that bounty rune, snipe it from G on the Spectre, but unfortunately missed out on that. So it wasn't even bounty rune distribution. Already Bounty Hunter is at bot, and looks like he's going to harass the hell out of Geo to give Sync some time to get some farm in lane. So it looks like Spectre might have an ugly start to the game.
Yeah, she does have 2 supports sitting around, but they really haven't done too much yet, and notably none of them carrying protection. There is a Sentry Ward mid for them, so they're sort of protecting their mid lane, but you know, for now it's just Bounty Hunters sitting around bottom lane trying to be annoying and deny Spectre that good start that he really want.
We see mid lane as well. Like you said, Tiny should have probably the better matchup once he's leveled up his skills a bit, but looks like Slavic Donut was trying to harass him out a bit. Unfortunately, copped a couple tower hits and screwed it up for himself. But I mean, we have to keep an eye on the mid lane. Tiny, as you said, he can be very fast. In fact, he's going right now. He throws a toss out. Slavic Donut, he's got 70 HP and he walks away from a level 1 stun and toss combo.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny's received a couple of buffs here and they're actually top lane.
Yeah, Dancing Devil. Actually, there's a spin out. Pigpen being aggressive himself, but you know, the thing is, people don't really realize, but LC's a decently good offlaner.
Yeah, you're one of the tankiest heroes at the early levels. Not the highest armor, but pretty high starting strength, so pretty high HP pool. As we're seeing now, you can trade very effectively with that moment of courage, just giving you that extra attack and the sustain. So, unless you're completely zoned out, if you're in some sort of, you know, even-ish situation, you can often just straight up fight people.
Ooh, Dancing Devil almost got taken down from the Ember Spirit. And luckily for her, she managed to pick up a haste rune. Otherwise, that was definitely a death. So she got really lucky with that rune just then.
Playing with fire? Wait, literally?
Surprisingly enough, Dank Danish, he's sticking around bot, but Geo now being slowed up. No skewer quite yet, so there's going to be no attempt, but he's really not going to have the easiest lane, but he's doing okay in last hits so far. It just, it does feel like once that shockwave is maxed up a bit, Geo's probably not going to have the easiest time staying within the lane.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm really surprised that both our Bounty Hunter and Spirit Breaker are sitting down here. More often than not, we see them sort of roaming around the map. Mid lane's often where they choose to go, and Now, this is a pretty volatile mid matchup. You know, we saw how low these guys can take each other. They've got a lot of burst magical damage, so I really think that mid lane is where they should be focusing their attention. Both these guys just sitting down here, and now they're finally going to run into each other. As Spiritbreaker playing the lane support, it seems, just getting off to another pull yet again.
Yeah, I mean, thing is the hero, like, they're always going to have vision from the bounty, so they're always going to know when that's happening. Now, in fact, Juk Tong Ju, which we're going to have to find a nickname for, because that's way too long. We're going to call him Juk. He's not going to have the easiest time pulling, and in fact, Sync will just get all the last hits out of that stack. And actually, there's a charge in. They're going to go into Sync. There's a skewer out, and he'll be okay. But I mean, they don't have any detection, like you said. Like, they can't keep an eye on where Bounty's going.
Yeah, and you know, as we just saw, Magnus, a relatively slippery hero. He's pretty tanky in his own right, so it's just strange that they're focusing their attention down here, especially given the lack of detection. You know, I'd really like to see the Spiritbreaker just pick up a dust and really put the pressure onto this bounty hunter.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually going. Now there's a charge in, and it's onto Tiny, but there's a TP coming in mid. And Dank's there. There'll be a charge, but that'll be it. In fact, Tiny turns around Stella. He wants to kill. Oh, he throws Dank Danish in. That's not the best position to throw him into, though. He's got no shuriken. Actually, it's only level 1, in fact. Stella Scone. He's still there. Stun out. Slavic Donut still surviving through all this. And Stella, he might be in trouble here. One more tower hit. No, there isn't one. He drops a tree there to try and block. Didn't really do too much. The TP's coming in from CM. And these trees, I mean, I don't think they were the reason he got saved, but maybe.
Yeah, just have a peace offering here. It extends an olive branch. But, you know, this is sort of more like what I expected, having both these roamers in the mid lane. But that was sort of more of a defensive play from both the Bounty and Spiritbreaker here. So, I mean, we saw how low both these guys got. I think if either was actually taking the initiative, they'd quite easily pick up a kill. Yeah,
you're right. They're being quite passive on these roamers right now. That being said, I feel like Dancing Devil's here right now in the mid just in case, but Stella Scone, he's about to hit that level 5 mark. And actually, we just missed the first blood. And it's bot lane Sync with the skewer. He's gonna get taken down as well, looks like. Geo, he's in big trouble. No, he does get taken down. Geo's trying to back off though. And looks like Dank, he doesn't have any mana for another shuriken, so he'll have to let that one go. But yeah, we missed first blood. Apparently it was onto Met.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that. He sort of just ran straight in the face of this Warlock. You know, no detection. He's got it now, and that's certainly going to be useful, especially in this mid lane engagement.
Yeah, Stella Scone, he's making the chase happen. Did not use the toss. Now the upheaval from Met. And looks like Dancing Devil could be in trouble. There's a charge coming in. The chain should do enough. And CM, yeah, she'll get taken down. Stella Scone, he has to stand there and watch his teammate die. Can't do anything about it.
That's more like it. We're finally catching up in the kill scores.
Yeah, well, we were talking about how they weren't doing anything, but now we're probably going to have trouble keeping up with kills because Pigpen at top lane, he's being spun on. In fact, the Courier almost comes in and dies, and the Omni Slash will get the kill. My goodness. It's pronounced, or 7 even, I should say. He gets a kill solo by himself. Well done to him. And actually, Skewer bot lane now. Geo almost gets taken down with the shockwave. There's actually a charge coming in as well. I don't know if the SB is going to keep going on this, because it doesn't look like Geo's going to really be able to do much apart from throw a dagger. But I think
pretty hard kill. He doesn't have the skewer though.
Oh, LC. Yeah, she's got the jewel as well. This could be a big kill for them. They should be able to get the jewel. Sync's right there. In fact, he's holding on. Oh, the skewer! It doesn't matter though. It looks like he's going to go down anyway. And no jewel damage, so he saves himself from that side of things. But my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, all things considered, that was a pretty well executed gank. The timing was pretty good. Pigpen also using the movement speed bonus from Overwhelming Odds there to get in range for that duel. Nice attempt from the Magnus too to skewer out, but unfortunately, Dota has some weird mechanics.
That was rather strange, but you've got to say, like, at the end of the day, he had no chance of survival there, but at the very least, he didn't give the dual damage away, which is I suppose you could claim to be a positive.
Yep. Forcing the rotation from the LC as well. Now she's sitting in the jungle, which gives this Juggernaut free reign over top lane. He's had a great time. He's level 8 at 8 minutes now, and I don't think this Warlock can do too much to slow him down.
No, he can't. And yeah, like you said, 7 even. Getting a lot of levels. In fact, Omni Slash almost off cooldown again. Dank Danish, he's back at bot lane to harass Geo. And they might be able to go for a kill sync. He's got the RP available with the skewer. And all the shuriken, they probably could have gone for a kill there if they really wanted to commit the RP.
Yeah, they don't really know who's around, and LC shows up around the corner. Now she's got another duel, and here comes Spiritbreaker for another charge.
Well, this is exactly how I want to play. There's a skewer, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. This TP's coming in though, and they could be in trouble bot lane now. Pigpen has to back off. There's nothing holding them in place. Sync doesn't have the skewer, nor does he have the mana for the RP right now. And Juk, he's there. He doesn't cop the stun. There's the RP, only onto the LC. Magnus very low. The jewel's there. Can they save him? The toss. It does indeed save him. Sync. He runs away with the jewel damage. He gets killed off now. There's a kill onto the bounty hunter as well. Stella Scone, he's trying to back off. Slavic with the double kill. Meanwhile, Dancing Devil, he's almost dead. In fact, there will be a triple kill for Slavic Donut. And that's a pretty amazing start for an Ember Spirit.
Yeah, you'll take that, and that's going to put him well on his way to whatever item he goes for, be it the Veil, be it the Boots of Travel.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bit unfortunate that the dual damage went to the way of this Magnus, but they do take the better trade, all things considered.
And there's a charge at top lane now. 7 even. I think he's okay. But they're going to keep going. The jewel's not off cooldown, and yeah, they'll have to cancel that. In fact, Stella Scone actually took out Slavic Donut at bot lane.
Yeah, he was walking onto the high ground. It was in the jungle there, so didn't have any vision and just gets one-shot by this Tiny, as Tiny's do. And now he's level 8. This is where Tiny really starts coming online, and he's approaching that Blink Dagger.
SB, he's in trouble. The Omni Slash community charges out. Can they stop him? Oh, the stun from Tiny. That was beautiful from Stella Scone. What a predicted destination. It's not easy to hit a charge their speed with that stun.
Yeah, it's got a fairly long cast sort of delay, and I guess it is an AoE, but just stellar play there, and that puts him well on his way to his Blink Dagger actually. 1600 gold and counting. He's gonna come online very soon, and this is exactly what you need to worry about if you're Red 5.
Yeah, well, look, CM, top lane, Dancing Devil has to back off. Now the spin comes in from 7 even, and Met actually looks like he's in trouble. There's no Omni Slash. He's actually run the other way through the trees, trying to juke them out, but I think he's screwed himself a bit. Dancing Devil almost gets taken down to the overwhelming odds, and looks like Pigpen, he wants to chase for the jewel damage. He's in trouble now, though. Dank Danish is there, and 7 even, still no Omni Slash, but he has a spin, and yeah, he should go down here. The heal's there, though, and he's trying his best, and oh, the crit last hit. And they'll get the double kill on 7 even.
Yeah, a couple kills went else around the map, but we don't really care. Here's where the action's at. Magnus as well as Tiny going down, so gonna delay that Blink Dagger a bit. But I do see some problems coming out for Red 5. You know, their Warlock's still level 5 here. Not quite level 6, and while they've got some decent pickup as we saw, with the Spiritbreaker, the Ember Spirit being able to come in too, they're still kind of lacking in team fights. And they're going to have to start fighting head on soon, especially once these Blink Daggers come online.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is going to be a problem. Tiny, he's very close to his Blink Dagger, and once things get going for him and the Magnus, I mean, things are going to get pretty crazy. And they are a bit behind. That Warlock not being level 6 is costing them, probably the reason why they let him just solo offlane for a while to get that XP against the Juggernaut. But this Jug he's farmed very well as well. He's got a Yasha already.
And this is an Empower Juggernaut potentially, so extra scary.
Yeah. Not like he's not only is that extra scary for the other heroes, but he's gonna farm a lot faster once Magnus or Sync can just empower him every 2 seconds and let him go farm the jungle. There's a pause, it appears.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter's just straight up DC here, so can't do much about that. We'll have to start the timer. And yeah, it's not too bad from the side of Red 5. You know, at the end of the day, they do have the Spectre, but And she's only got a Vanguard here, and that does enable her to fight somewhat early on. And against heroes like Magnus, there's often some very clear threats. You know, the Magnus, the Tiny, they've got very fixed burst damage. Similar story with Juggernaut and his spells too. And once those spells are down, you can quite, you know, easily haunt into a fight without fear. So I would like to see our Spectre get involved early. Perhaps once this Warlock, you know, gets his level 6, actually starts coming online. Because, you know, they've got an Ember Spirit, he's pretty strong. He's gone for the Boots of Travel first. And, you know, that's just even more global mobility. And we talked about this during the draft. That's sort of what Red 5 want to be able to abuse. They've got these nice pickup heroes, they've got a Legion Commander. Still a long ways from the Blink, but, you know, you've got the Spirit Breaker very mobile, you've got the Ember Spirit very mobile. And, you know, if eLusiV try to react, you've always got this Warlock Golem and the Spectre Haunt to come in as your insurance. And I think that's really what they need to do. Because, you know, at this rate, if they just try to farm up and, you know, spread out, they're just going to get picked off by heroes like this Bounty Hunter providing division, like this Tiny who's going to have his Blink Dagger and 200 gold. That's where eLusiV are the scariest.
Yeah, and we did talk about as well, I mean, at the end of the day, even if things go really bad for Red 5, as long as they can delay the game, then they've probably got the stronger late game. Interesting to note, Gia went straight for a Vanguard, so he's not going for that kind of let's rush a Radiance build. He's actually gone for that tankier style build, so not feeling very confident with himself with the farm he got early game as well. So he is looking for a late game kind of Spectre.
Yeah, he will reach there eventually. It's, you know, just a question of how much they lose, if they lose at all by that point. And I don't know, I feel like when you go for this Vanguard build, you do kind of want to start fighting. Because if you're not overly concerned about getting bursted down, then I guess getting bursted down is kind of a concern against this Tiny. But I think Vanguard is sort of more of a fighting item. There's more farm-oriented builds, such as the Helm of the Dominator, so provide similar amounts of regen, but you also get a Dominator creep to run around with. You get the attack speed, which is always nice, goes well with that Iron Talon that Gio's already picked up here. So I don't know. Another decision actually is this Ember Spirit going for the Boots of Travel instead of the Veil. He's got the Veil queued up right now. But in terms of direct fighting power, Boots of Travel doesn't offer too much. It's just 2,000 gold and no stats at all. And I feel like just given the two lineups, you'd want this Ember Spirit to be fighting very early on, making the space for the Spectre. I feel like the Boots of Travel build is maybe a bit too passive, especially if they're not going to use this global mobility to actually get off ganks, you know, taking advantage of the Spirit Breaker. So I would have much rather seen him go for the Veil before the Boots of Travel, but you know, he's made his decision, he's already bought them, and at least that'll help his own farm.
Yeah, I mean, look, we could see him go aggressive, like maybe he's got it for the purpose of, you know, SB charge or LC duel, and then followed up by him TPing in as well as the Spectre ultimate. That's possibly what we could see, but like you said, if he's not gonna use it for that global presence straight away, it probably would have been smarter to go for the Veil. I apologize, I'm reading what 7 Even is saying.
Any details?
Haven't I been saying 7?
7 Even?
Yeah. Oh. Well, that makes me feel a bit silly, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to start looking into close times and stuff. Hopefully,
What happens if they run out?
They can't pose anymore. That being said though, Red 5 could donate their pose time, and that's not unheard of. We'll see if they choose to do that if it comes to it. It is hard sometimes. Just when your internet dies, there's not much you can have
As an
to say about
Australian,
that matter. Yeah.
as an Australian, we understand that very, very well. So I feel for him.
Sometimes when the power goes, you just don't have the power either.
He's coming apparently, so apparently he was a bit too excited. We'll wait it out. Apologies to Seven, who I was calling Seven even because I'm a moron. We'll call him Seven from this point on. In fact, Seven is a lot easier than calling him Seven even.
Does make some sense. Yeah, let's see how this Magnus is doing. Magnus is actually quite but what ends up happening is they try to force the issue too hard, and they go in one by one, Spirit Breaker leading the charge with his charge, and Warlock's just unable to keep up.
Yeah, and now there's a smoke up, so the Dire, they're sensing blood here, eLusiV. Blood in the water. They want to keep going. They want to keep this this snowball rolling down the hill. And it looks like Pigpen could be the target. He's backing off. So it seems they're slightly aware of what's going on. Who's going to go in first? Dancing Devil. He's got the invis... Oh, sorry, Dank Danish has the invis if he really wants. And they've spotted out Pigpen. And 7 even, he's got the Omni Slash. He might just go onto the SB. In fact, Juke, he'll be the target. He'll go down solo. He's godlike now on the Juggernaut. And 7 is absolutely, he's having an absolute field day. Now the Frostbite, the CM's actually in trouble. The Jewel, she'll go down. Meanwhile, Stella Scone took someone out in the back lines. It was actually met, but that's a 2-for-1. They got the Jewel damage off the Crystal Maiden.